So I actually first started to want to talk a bit about the Beast because one detail that isn't revealed in this movie is how long he was the Beast between the period he got cursed by the witch and the time that he meets Belle. I'm curious if you kind of were filled in on those details and kind of how far you took them.
That's a good question. I couldn't give you it to the nearest day. I'm trying to remember how long we had established that he had been cursed. I think by this stage it's a while. We get the sense that it's been a few years.
Sure.
At least.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like...
That's a really good question.
In my head, it had been...
10?
15.
It is 10 years in the animated version.
Yeah.
I think we were playing in that sort of ballpark.
Yeah.
Let's say maybe 9.
Well, okay, there you go. And I do kind of like then that actually kind of the curse winds up working in his benefit because he didn't age at all in those.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He comes out
that
looking.
is a nice
So
detail.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of benefit.
It's new anti-aging technique.
So you I assume didn't break down your entire kind of process of what he's been doing in those 4 years, right?
Well, we certainly looked at a character who, who this prince was before the spoilt, entitled, privileged side of this character that I think is, perhaps part of his more beastly, monstrous side, actually, and then looking at, how that kind of guy would stew in that kind of condition for, let's say, 10 or 9 years, and and just sort of somebody who's really abused that position of wealth and privilege and how he, the things that he's been meditating on in those 10 years, it's kind of interesting.
There you go. Well, and to talk a bit about Belle, this I can't even imagine the challenge of taking on this performance because Belle is obviously so integral to this entire film. Not only that though, but putting in the songs, choreography, not to mention the emotionally heavy moments. For you though, if you had to pick one, what would you say was the standout challenge of bringing Belle to life?
The standout challenge, I think, really was for me to get into a place where I felt like I was ready to carry a musical.
Sure.
And, it's something that I'd always loved to do, but I had never done professionally.
Yeah.
So, I think it was sort of like learning to ride a bike again, / knowing that I needed to be able to work a motorcycle kind of thing. It's like, this is the Ferrari of musical movies, really. I think it's kind of one of the most beloved. So I think that I'd never ridden a horse before. Dancing, getting the waltz right.
Just all of it, yeah. Well.
I mean, basically, I
lot of
was,
challenges.
it was really challenging. I'm very proud that I get to take away a lot of the skills that I learned for this film and bring them to the rest of my career. So it's been pretty cool.